Neighborhood Health Watch is sponsored by the Doctors of HCA Virginia Health System.
We continue to update you on the aftermath of Irene, and now we want to remind you that the period after a hurricane has passed is a time that can pose a significant hazard to your health.
That's right. Dr. Lauren Good joins us live for today's Neighborhood Health Watch. And Dr. Good, thank you for being here, first of all. I guess what are some of the things that folks need to be aware of as they start to clean up in terms of their health?
Well, one of the things that people want to be very careful of is when you're out cleaning up, if you're cleaning debris, then people may be trying to move heavy objects that have been blown over. You want to make sure that you don't overexert yourself. If anyone is out and they're cleaning things up and they begin to have shortness of breath or chest pain, they want to make sure that they sit down and rest right away. And if those symptoms continue, to make sure that they get treatment right away.
And a lot of people have to be careful to stay hydrated.
That's right. You know, you want to, everyone should be sure to drink plenty of water. To make sure that you're staying very well hydrated as you're doing all of this extra strenuous activity.
And the elderly are particularly vulnerable in times like this.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And because medications, is that a concern with power outages? And how?
Yes, so a lot of medications actually do need to be refrigerated. Okay. I would recommend that anyone, if they have medications that do need to be refrigerated and you have lost power, if those medicines have come all the way down to room temperature, to not use them. If you have a question in terms of, you know, how long was it at room temperature, you can definitely call your doctor and check with your doctor to be sure that it's safe to use. You can also call your pharmacist and discuss it with them as well.
Okay. And Dr. Good, I guess a big thing that's been a talker on Facebook is, what do I do with my food? What are some tips you should do once the power's out? You have all this food in your refrigerator. Should you throw that out?
I actually would recommend throwing it out, especially for a lot of people have been, you know, several days without power now, so that food has come down to room temperature and has been at room temperature or maybe even warmer, having been closed up in that refrigerator. I would recommend throwing all that food out. I would definitely be cautious of anything that's in the freezer, especially for people who have maybe regained power, so that the temperature has, the refrigerator has come back up to temperature, and you may think, oh, well, you know, everything's cold, but it wasn't cold the entire time, and so you really have to be careful to make sure you throw out anything that has come down to room temperature.
And quickly, some folks may be without water. What are some tips they can do to stay sanitary, I guess? So
I know in some localities there has been recommendations to boil water. For those people, be sure that they follow all of those instructions. In terms of hand hygiene, there are convenient hand sanitizers that you can use for washing your hands so that you can avoid having to wash your hands in the water.
Dr. Lauren Good, great advice. We thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.